Do you feel like this is like an any other year where like in any other year Sally Hawkins would be the runaway winner, in any other year Margot Robbie would be a much more serious contender, but for some reason we have a lot of good performances?
Margot.
I'm gonna give it to Cam.
I want to talk a little bit about actor races because they are boring. We know who's going to win. They have all won every award. Janney, McDormand, Oldman, and Rockwell. This is take it to the bank, take it to Vegas, lock it down. But that doesn't mean we can't talk about it, right?
Yes.
And I think one of the things I'm kind of curious about is this idea that, a while ago we thought Meryl Streep, this was going to be another coronation for her because of The Post and playing Katharine Graham. Who do you think she's rooting for here? Do you think she's rooting for any kind of upset? Do you think that everybody thinks it's Frances McDormand's turn?
This is really a question of what you think about Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Which is kind of...
I think Meryl, I think she and Frances McDormand, I imagine that they're buddies.
I would think so.
But I think Meryl Streep is pulling for Sally Hawkins or Saoirse Ronan. I have no idea why. I think that with Sally, I think if I'm still being Meryl Streep, that is a dancerly performance, and not because she's dancing, but because she is in this movie, in The Shape of Water.
She does.
But there's just something really beautiful about not just her wordlessness, but she's not playing a deaf person, she's playing a mute person. And she's also playing not her disability or her impairment, but her libido. Do you know what I mean? This is a performance that's entirely libidinous. It's
Boy, is it.
entirely sensual. Okay. Also, we have not,
go ahead.
we have not talked about with The Shape of Water yet, by the way.
Is it the masturbating in the bathtub 2 minutes in with an egg timer? Because
Is it the fact that it's completely the creation of a 13-year-old boy who doesn't get enough daylight?
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
From the maker of Pacific Rim.
It is a movie about a woman. Also, do you know what I mean? No, I'm serious. I think that the way that we've been talking about The Shape of Water, it is obscuring so many interesting things about its achievement as a Oscar nominee, right?
Yeah.
There's just so many things that are interesting about it. It'll be a Best Picture winner with no white man in the lead anywhere. It's a fish who's played by a white man, but you know what I mean. Yeah. There's so much interesting stuff in this movie.
It's making up for what Avatar lost. No, I guess that's not true.
Wow.
You know what I wanted to ask?
Wait, I want to go back to Sally Hawkins for a second.
Okay.
She's just really good in this movie, and I think despite your disinterest in her,
she's very good in the movie.
Eroticism, there's nothing tragic about her approach to this woman. There are about 15 other actresses working with 15 other directors who would have played this as a grim, dour, unhappy situation. But she is basically playing Julie Andrews on the mountain in The Sound of Music, spinning around the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
You want to make a case for Sally Hawkins despite your best interests here.
No, I agree with Wesley, and I agree with what he's saying, and I think she's very good. And I like it when she dances. You were talking about that earlier. There is a lightness and an approach to it that is certainly a choice, and she does it well. I didn't mean that in a bad way.
I'm only ever going to hear this. Everything out of your mouth is just hot fire shots.
If she won, I think she deserves it, and I would not be upset. She's very good in that movie, despite what I think about the fish sex or the bathtub scenes. I don't think that Meryl Streep is rooting for her, though. I think, to go back to I think that Meryl is either pulling for Frances McDormand in the category of give the best actress to an older actress, not,
and also have
with respect to their ages.
Really good speech loaded up, probably.
I haven't been thrilled about Frances McDormand's speeches.
Can I actually make a proposition?
Yeah.
I think now that we've got so many of these award shows televised, you have to choose. You can win everything up to the Oscars and get multiple times on TV, but not as good as a time slot, not as good of a primetime slot. Or you can win the Oscar.
Conundrum.
Because this is like I'm like Frances is gonna win. She's gonna go up and she's gonna do like the thing where she like walks up and she's just like, let me tell all of you something. And I'm just gonna be like, I saw you do this at the Golden Globes.
So she's Jack Palance now.
She is. She's gonna be like,
I'm gonna do a 1 arm push up on you guys.
Yeah, and then she's gonna
3 billboards this mother.
She's gonna give a speech, and I'm gonna be like, "This is a good speech," which I heard at SAGs and heard at the Globes and heard at the BAFTAs, and it's like I want something fresh. I want fresh material.
Well, a good speech from her would be fresh material.
I hope so. But that
I'm with Cam though. I'm with Cam.
I
stand
think
with
I would
Cam.
love to hear her good speech this season.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you
But
think she's made it through this backlash to at 3 billboards unscathed for the most part? She's such a huge part of that movie. You don't really hear her talked about very much in any of the criticisms of the film.
I think she owns it.
Yeah.
And I think she should. I think she should be proud of the movie. I mean, support the thing you made, I guess.
Yes.
But I don't know. From her, I always just sense that she's too cool for school, that she's just gonna do what she wants.
Yeah, she married a Coen brothers. She's like, oh, we don't even know how to go out.
Would love to hear the conversations that they had about the billboards, by the way. I would
Yeah.
just love to know what they talked about with regard to that
Yeah,
movie.
thank you for sharing with him half my secret so we could get half the stuff right. Stay married to me, I'll give you the other half. You can give him the next time you work with Martin McDonough. Stay tuned.
I think Meryl could also be rooting for Saoirse Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
From the young, fun, you watch that movie or you watch one interview with Saoirse Ronan and you want to hang out with her, move in with her, make her your best friend. Or I do. I don't know. I guess I'm very susceptible to an Irish accent, but I think Meryl could be too. You want to try one?
No,
you want to go right now?
I don't want to dumb down proceedings.
To be fair, she doesn't use that Irish accent in this movie, in Lady Bird, which is also in some ways to her acting advantage.
Yes.
And I feel like this is the reason that Deborah Winger never won, right? Like because Saoirse Ronan, I think can probably do more things than Deborah Winger can, but there's a sort of essential sort of Deborah Winger tartness and vulnerability that she has in Lady Bird that I think is just really wonderful and smart, and also she uses her eyes and face to play a teenager in a way that isn't immediately or solely truculent. It's not. There's a kind of wisdom in the way that she plays this part.
I also strangely weight performances like hers where there's such high usage. She's in basically every frame of the movie. She has to go through so many emotional moments and is the catalyst for the sort of third act shift towards a sort of deeper, more emotional, like more contemplative tone of the film. And that her performance really guides it there. She would be my pick for Best Actress, I mean. Do you feel like this is like an any other year where like in any other year Sally Hawkins would be the runaway winner, in any other year Margot Robbie would be a much more serious contender, but for some reason we have a lot of good performances.
Margot.
I'm gonna give it to Cam. Go.
Cameron? Yeah.
I don't know. I feel that way about Saoirse. I don't know for Sally Hawkins because I don't know really how she reads the Academy.
Yeah.
I feel like
They like her a lot.
They like her a lot, but I don't know if they like her in the "we're keeping you around and nominating you" way, or
Right.
the
No, like
"we're gonna
Mike
anoint
Lee,
you"
come on
way.
down. You know, like
Yeah, he's always on their
Yeah.
radar. His films are always on their radar. But I think that Meryl has the power to anoint. Isn't that the fun thing about being like on high, the most accomplished, famous, best person in your field? You get to choose who the new generation
Wouldn't
is
that
going to
be
be in a
cool?
way.
Wouldn't it be cool if it was more like political campaigns and you could convince people to drop out and throw their weight behind you?
Yeah.
You know, and like it could be more just like Meryl's this huge block of moneyed votes, and somebody's
I'm
just like,
taking
you're not going to
all my
win.
chips and giving them to Saoirse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Meryl, because we're best friends, and we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's really into Saoirse. I think she's really into Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
I think she's into. I think she, is the
kids.
mother of performers,
Yeah.
actors. I think that she is into fresh talent, fresh faces.
This is Frances McDormand's argument too.
It is.
Stop
it is.
giving it to me. Give it to the kids.
I have another, just the last question then. Are we not talking enough about Meryl as a candidate? I mean, she's not going to win, but Did you think her performance in The Post is worthy of a Best Actress?
Yes, it's one of the best things she's ever done. One of the most imaginative things I think she's ever done. And like a real,
I agree with you.
it's a real appreciation of both what she can do as a movie star and as an actress.
I go Cry in the Dark. I
Okay.
go Mamma Mia.
Wow.
And
I had a feeling you were
Death-
trolling.
I go
When it got there quick.
Right.
Death
I
Becomes
wasn't
Her.
sure at first.
Sure, yeah.
That's
Okay.
Rushmore.
Uh-huh.
Great, yeah.
She-Devil? Yeah.
I think Meryl would not want this
She is a
Oscars to
lefty,
go
though.
by without Frances McDormand's speech being said. So I think that I think Saoirse getting up there and being like, I'd like to thank the Academy. I think that would be adorable.
see it?
I'd like to thank the Academy and Mr. President, if you're listening. Maybe you've heard of Earth Day, sir. I've been told that's Scottish and probably offensive.
Oh my god. Oh my god.